In Cardiff, Wales is Elbashir Idris, a Sudan affairs analyst and a human rights activist. Elbashir, thank you so much indeed for joining us. Listen, this is a bit of a crazy question, but why are these two sides fighting? What are they fighting for? Are they fighting for territory? Are they fighting for resources? Are they fighting just for pride to say, I control this country?
Well, it's a bit of a mix of all of these. What we're currently seeing here is a resource extraction war through the Rapid Support Forces plundering the gold in Sudan that is then sent to UAE, which is then sent to Russia via Wagner. However, what we're seeing also is a counter-revolutionary war. Let's not forget the Sudanese people had a fantastic peaceful revolution 5 years ago, where they managed to overthrow a dictator of over 30 years, al-Bashir. It's expected, of course, that the deep state and those within the regime won't sit quietly to just losing their power. And essentially what we're seeing here is two instruments that were used by the former regime to put down protesters and civilians or any dissent, essentially fighting each other now, putting the Sudanese people in the middle once again.
What's happened in neighboring Libya, which is a much, much, much smaller country than Sudan, and the collapse of the country has got so many countries fearing if the same happens in Sudan, it'll be 10 times worse. What are the potential fallouts if this thing is not resolved?
Well, currently what we're seeing with the Libya one can be exported to different countries, to neighboring countries, and that is the risk in Sudan also. With the Rapid Support Forces currently sieging the city of al-Bashir, which is the last city in Darfur that is not within RSF hands, it could be that the RSF are trying to create an independent government, just as Haftar has done in Libya, where they get to control that region. Thus, we may see nation states with multiple governments within it, meaning that there's multiple armies, more militias, and more interfighting. And so what's happened in Libya can easily be replicated throughout the region. And rightfully so, experts are rightfully warning that this can spread to have 7 to 8 different actors, all with different ambitions and agendas. However, the very bedrock of those is managing to extract resources from very wealthy nations with weak statecraft, such as Sudan.
Elbashir, is there a possibility, and how real is it, that millions of people are about to die from starvation and famine? And this isn't only affecting Sudan, it's people who have left Sudan and who are living in neighboring countries as well.
Well, the UN states that by the end of September, or by the beginning of September, over 2.5 million people will die just simply from starvation. 2 days ago, Martin Griffiths, the UN coordinator for OCHA, has stated that we're looking at least 5 million people in the risk of looming famine. The UN has never dealt with 5 million people at the risk of looming famine. So it is not to be underestimated nor understated to say this is one of the worst humanitarian crises in the world. However, some other experts would say that certainly by the end of this year, at least 1 million people will die just simply from starvation and famine.
And people who have nothing to do with the RSF or Sudan's armed forces. Elbashir Idris, thank you so much indeed for your time.